Please stand by. It's almost time for Strat-O-Matic baseball once again. Okay, close enough. Good to be back, I can tell you that. And hello, Ben. Greetings. Long time no see. 3 fairly long days of driving, and now I'm ready to get back in the saddle again here. Looks like I need to kill the volume on this thing. A little echo there. I can tell you it feels weird. Hopefully I can get right back in the swing of things. Let me get my coffee. Oh no, the traffic was fine, but thank you for asking. And the buzzing stopped as well. There was some buzzing, trying to figure out all kinds of issues happen. You don't do anything. You leave for 2 weeks, I come back, my printer doesn't work. It worked when I left. I didn't touch it. Right? There's little things. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and begin with the introductions to today's ball game. It's the last game on the date of May the 8th, 1966, and it will feature the San Francisco Giants at the St. Louis Cardinals. Bob Shaw will take the mound for the Giants. Lefty Larry Jaster for the Cardinals. You can see their cards here. Jaster, a fine season. Both pitchers have done well. Let's see what they've done in our replay so far. Shaw in 4 starts, 1 relief appearance, is 2-1 with a 4.03. 29 innings, 38 hits, 6 walks, 17 strikeouts. Jaster has been phenomenal for St. Louis. 4 starts, 2 complete games, including a shutout. He's 3-1 with a 1.42 earned run average. 32 innings, only 16 hits allowed, and 16 strikeouts. And there's Kenyon Gray. Hello, Kenyon. Thank you very much. It's good to be back, I can tell you that. It was a good vacation, but as with most vacations, it's always good to get home. So there's your pitchers. And there's Joel. Hi, Joel. I certainly did. The weather was fantastic the entire time. And then I come back to Spokane where it's 64, overcast. Anyway, Spokane's weird to begin with, and it looks like we're going to go from winter right into summer. We're not having a spring this year. That's okay. It could be a lot worse. Also, I didn't touch this computer either. Now I cannot see. And usually I could see how many people were watching now, and I'm not seeing that. But anyway, I know that Ben, Kenyon, and Joel are here, so we'll go ahead and get underway, and I will give you the lineups for today's ball game. For the Giants, Tito Fuentes will lead off at second base. Ollie Brown will be in right field, batting second. Willie Mays in center field in the 3 spot. Jim Ray Hart at third base hits cleanup. Orlando Cepeda at first base hits fifth. And I have to correct myself here when it comes to Cepeda. I had said that he was already traded to St. Louis. That, of course, is not the case. He was traded on May the 8th. That part's right. Apparently, he was traded on May the 8th after this game. Since he's in the starting lineup for the Giants, that would seem pretty obvious. Someone also mentioned that he played in the last game. So anyway, Cepeda's in the lineup at first base hitting fifth. Jesus Alou in left field hit sixth. Bob Barton will catch against the left-handed Jaster. He'll bat seventh with Hal Lanier at short hitting eighth. Shaw, the pitcher, bats ninth. We're going to set the Cardinals defensively for you. Tim McCarver will be catching. Tito Francona at first. Jerry Buchek moves over to second base with Jimmy Williams playing shortstop. He'll be an uncarded player. Charlie Smith at third base. The outfield, Mike Shannon in left, Kurt Flood in center, and Lou Brock in right field. And hello there, Kelly. Thank you, sir. Pleasure to be back, believe me. I feel weird. A little rusty, perhaps. We'll shake some of the rust off as we get ready to go with today's ball game. Jaster's ready. I know that. Umpire says play ball as Fuentes stands in. Switch hitter batting right-handed. Fuentes on the season so far hitting .216, 1 homer, 6 RBIs, and here we go. The pitch from Jaster is going to be a 5-4 to the right-hander. It's a fly ball to center field X. That's going to be Flood. The roll of the dice, a mere formality with a 1-E-0. Here it is. On an 8, he makes a fine running catch, and there's one down. So a fly to center, 1 away. Let me refresh this so I can see the rest of the chat. For some reason, my image isn't what it was. And thank you. I appreciate that, Kelly, very much. And Mike C. is here. Yes, sir. Thank you, Mike. Yeah, it was a great trip, and also good to be home at the same time. So Fuentes retired on a nice catch by Flood. Here's Ollie Brown now. Brown comes in at 205. No home runs, just 2 runs batted in as Jaster gets the sign from McCarver. Here's the windup on the pitch to Ollie Brown is a 6'10 right-handed. That's going to be a fly to left field and shallow. Shannon charging in now, just does get there and makes the catch 2 down. And up steps Willie Mays. Mays comes in at 315, 9 home runs, which leads the major leagues, and 22 RBIs. Jaster gets the sign from McCarver. Here's the pitch to Willie Mays. That's going to be a 2-6 against the lefty. Gets a high fly ball to deep left field. Shannon's going back to the track. It's gone! Willie Mays. Oh my goodness, his 10th home run of the season. How about that? Let's take another look at it. 2-6 against the lefty. Homer to 11. The roll is a 6. And the Giants are on the board on Willie Mays' major league leading 10th home run. Oh my goodness, and welcome back indeed. Thank you, Mike. I certainly do appreciate that. It's good to be back. Honestly, I kind of wondered if anybody would show up after being gone that long. So good to see you guys here. Here's Jim Ray Hart with 2 down. Hart comes in at 293, 7 home runs and 15 runs batted in. The Giants came into the game with 29 home runs out of the team, now 30. Jaster gets his sign. Here's the pitch to Hart. That's going to be a 3-9 against the left-hander. Swung on and missed, strike 3, and that will do it. The Giants get a run on the Willie Mays home run. And they take a 1-0 lead to the bottom of the inning. I like that, Ben. Or absence makes the longing for baseball grow stronger. Here's Shaw now. Let's give you the Cardinal lineup. Lou Brock in right field leading off. Mike Shannon, who made that nice catch, in left field. Kurt Flood will bat third and play center. Also made a nice play in the top of the inning. Tito Francona at first base in the cleanup spot. Charlie Smith at third base, bats fifth. Tim McCarver will do the catching and hit sixth. Jimmy Williams, the right-handed hitting shortstop, will be represented by this nameless card. The only difference being, here on this 210 homer 1-5, if he rolls that, that will be changed to a double. So for all intent and purposes, 210 is the double. Williams cannot hit a home run. Jerry Buchek at second base. And Jaster, the pitcher, hitting ninth, rounds out the lineup. The nameless card for Williams, pretty close to his on-base ability. That was about as close as I could get there. I'm not about to, like, my printer doesn't work anyway, but even if it were, I was not about to print a card for a guy with 11 at-bats. So the nameless card will suffice for Williams. Okay, Shaw's ready to work. Big right-hander. Gets the sign in there from Barton. Let me make a correction there on my defensive chart. I had Haller in there. It's Barton catching against the lefty. Lou Brock on the season is hitting .242, 3 home runs, 11 RBIs, which ties him with Alex Johnson for the club lead in RBIs. And he also leads the majors in stolen bases with 10. So Brock looking to get aboard and get things going here. Shaw into the windup. The pitch to Lou Brock is a 6-8 to the left-hander, and that's going to be a triple to 2. He will settle for a long single on a 17, and the speedster is aboard. And hello there, Gerald. Welcome, sir. Finally back. I took a couple extra days, actually. I stopped and visited friends in Sacramento for a couple days. Brock held on. Shaw, a terrible hold, a +4. Barton, a +2 at catcher, doesn't help any, so that's 5. So Brock, anyway, you slice it as a 20. He'll be held on, making him an 18. And, of course, Lou's going to try for that lead right away, 2 through 7. Here's the rule on an 8. He does not get the lead. However, let's check his second number. 15 plus 5, 20 minus 4. He's still a 1 through 16 on his back number. So here comes the pitch to Shannon, and there goes Brock. The throw down. He's out! Oh, my goodness. What a throw by Barton to nip Brock at second base. Only the second time Brock's been caught all season. He's stolen 10. So Brock erased, and here's the next pitch to Shannon. That's going to be a 3-5 right-handed, and he strikes him out. Two away, nobody on, and Kurt Flood will be the batter. Flood hitting just .221. He has 1 homer, 5 RBIs. Shaw into the windup. Here's the pitch to Flood now. It's a 4-10 right-hander. Does a fly ball into left field, and Lou has a beat on it. He's right there to make the catch, and that will retire the side. So no runs a hit, nobody left. We're through an inning here in St. Louis. It's Giants 1, Cardinals nothing. Now here's Jaster. Jaster looked good in that first inning, surrendering a home run to Willie Mays. Join the club, Larry. And there's Perry. Hello, Perry. Glad to have you today. And thank you very much. It's good to be back. Still looking to get settled in. Was still on the road yesterday. Got in last night very tired. And, yeah, kind of just feeling my way back into this one. So bear with me. I'll get back in peak form here in a couple of days, hopefully. Here's Orlando Cepeda to lead off the second now. Cepeda. Where is Cepeda? Hitting just .204. 2 home runs, 8 RBIs. Jaster gets the sign. Here's the pitch to Cepeda. It's going to be a 3-5 left-handed, and it's a base hit up the middle. Orlando Cepeda aboard with a leadoff single. Cepeda, a star 15 stealer. Jaster, a +1 hold. McCarver with a -1 arm cancels that out. They will hold Cepeda, making him a 13. And here's Jesus Alou now. Alou hitting .200, 14 for 70. No homers, 5 runs batted in. Jaster checks his runner now from the stretch. pitch to Alou is a 1-6 left-handed, a liner speared by Williams. How about that? So the young shortstop getting involved early in this one. Makes a nice catch of the line drive for the first out of the inning. And here's Barton now. Cepeda with that 10 and 12 automatic caught, very much a deterrent and trying for the lead. And Bob Barton will be the batter. Barton 231, just 3 for 13. No homers, 1 RBI. Jasper from the stretch. It's a 4-7 to the righty, and he loses him, ball 4. Cepeda down to second. And Jasper's in a bit of a jam here in the second inning. Yes, exactly, Perry. It feels like a day game after a night game, let me tell you. Hal Lanier will be the batter now. Lanier hitting just 189 on the season, 3 RBIs. Lanier, of course, a glove first kind of guy. From the stretch, Jasper's delivery is a 210 left-handed. That's a grounder down to third base. Smith has it to Buchek. On to Francona, double play. So 5-4-3 double play retires the side. No runs, a hit, 1 left. And it's still 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the second. Shaw getting ready to work. Tito Francona will lead it off for St. Louis. Francona hitting just 231, 3 for 13, hasn't played much. Seems to have played a little bit more as of late. I'm trying to think who was playing first. Oh, Kernick was playing. He actually pinch hit in this game in real life. So before I get any further along, see what I mean, the rust factor here. I need to get the computer printed Kernick out because he might pinch hit in this game. So here's Francona, Shaw the windup. Pitch to Tito is a 3-8 right-handed, tapper down to first. Cepeda will take it to the bag himself. So Francona grounds out to his counterpart, Cepeda. And Charlie Smith will be the batter. Smith hitting 337 on the young season. Just 1 homer, but 6 RBIs and a half a dozen doubles. Shaw into the windup. Here's the pitch. Charlie Smith, a 5'11 right-handed. It's a tapper down to third. Jim Ray Hart makes the play. Over to Cepeda. And there's 2 down. Oh, and Ben points out the Padres turned a 5-6-3 in last night's game against the Braves. Was that the real-life game, Ben? I have to admit, I'm out of touch. The family I was visiting, none of them were baseball fans, so I was in baseball purgatory for 2 weeks. Right, Perry? Yeah, that's why I'm wondering. Exactly. Okay, so yeah, that is rare. Wow. Now I wish I'd have seen it. Here's McCarver with 2 down. McCarver hitting 351 on the season, 2 homers, 7 RBIs. He's been one of the Cardinals' best hitters so far. Shaw, the right-hander, into the windup. It's going to be a 6-8 against the lefty. It's a triple to 2. He just misses it on a 3 and will settle for a long single. So a 2-out knock for McCarver. And that'll bring up Jimmy Williams for his debut in the 1966 season. A right-handed batter. Weak, 1-14 runner, no steal rating. So right on right here as Shaw stares in to get the sign from the stretch. The pitch to Jimmy Williams. A 1-9 fly to right field. That's going to be Brown backing up a bit, and he's there to make the catch. That will retire the side. No runs, a hit, 1 left. So Shaw cruising along through 2 with a 1-0 lead. Larry Jaster coming out to warm up for the 3rd. And Shaw, a right-handed batter, 4W, decent hitting pitcher. Jastra, he did have a strange career, Kenyon, indeed. He came on like gangbusters. Rookie of the Year, I believe. Or at least high in the voting. A known Dodger killer in his time. Particularly in 1966. So here's Shaw to lead things off. Jastra delivers on a 3-7, and that struck him out. I almost forgot to circle the strikeouts on the batter's card. Have I missed one so far? Possibly, but I'm not going to worry about it. Here's Fuentes now, 0 for 1. Batting right-handed. The pitch from Jastra is a 6-9 to the right. He swung on and missed strike 3. 2 Ks for Jastra in the inning, 3 in the ball game. And with 2 down, Ollie Brown will be the hitter. Brown 0 for 1, flew to left field his first time up. Jastra staring in now. Here's the windup. Pitch to Ollie, a 6-6 right-hander. That's a double to 4. It just misses it on a 5, and he'll settle for a long 2-out single. And that's going to bring Willie Mays to the plate. Mays, of course, a prodigious home run in his first at-bat of the game, and the only run so far. Brown takes his lead. Jastra, a glance over there, now comes to the plate. 5-8 right-handed, fly to right field and playable for Lou Brock, who races over and makes the catch to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, a man left. Let me check that roll again. 5-8, fly to right field. Mays retired. And we go to the bottom of the third. The Giants leading 1-0. Jerry Buchek will lead it off. Jerry playing second base today. His first start at second base of the season. He's been primarily used at shortstop so far. Buchek hitting .419. The Cardinals' leading hitter with 8 runs batted in without an extra base hit. How about that? 18 for 43, all singles. Shaw ready to work now. The pitch to Buchek. That's a 2-4 right-handed. A comebacker. Shaw has it. Flips over to Cepeda. And there's 1 away. And that'll bring up Jastra. Left-handed batter, a 6 with end power. So Jastra could handle the bat as well. Shaw gets the sign. Here's the pitch. It's going to be a 2-6 swung on and missed strike 3. Jastra down on strikes. 2 down. And back to the top of the order and Lou Brock. Brock singled in the first and was thrown out stealing by Bob Barton. Brock standing in from the left side. Here's the pitch from Shaw. 6'10 left-hander to the fly ball to center X. That's going to be Willie Mays. A 1E8. Willie on his horse. Here's the play. On a 9, that's the error range. We have a roll of a 7 on an E8. And what a catch by Willie Mays. Boy, you would expect nothing less from Willie, would you? 8X. Brock retired. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Shaw, and we are through 3 in St. Louis, where it's 1-0 San Francisco. And Ben poses an interesting question for discussion. As Larry Jastra gets ready to work, I want to top off that coffee. He's trying to ease back into it here. Normally I would not have coffee this late, but I've got some running around to do after the game. For one thing, I have to go. Fortunately, I printed up a couple of these score sheets to take with me on the trip, so I'm going to have to find a copy shop and have some printed until I can fix my printer issue, which I believe is just a black ink cartridge. And then I got to run to the store and grab a couple things too. So a few errands on the agenda for this afternoon. Now in this ball game, we're going to move into the fourth inning where Jim Ray Hart will lead things off. Hart struck out his first time against Jaster today. Jaster into the windup. Here's the pitch to Hart now. It's a 3-11 against the lefty. It's a high fly ball to deep left. Backing up is Shannon to make the grab. And there's one down. And here's Cepeda. Cepeda singled his first time up. Jaster gets the sign from McCarver. Here's the windup on the pitch. It's going to be a 6-10 right-handed. That's a fly to left and shallow. Here comes Shannon. He's there. So 2 flies to left, 2 away. And Jesus Alou will be the batter. Alou 0 for 1. Jaster gets the sign. Here's the pitch to Alou on a 4-2 right-handed. He loses him, ball 4. A 2-out walk to Jesus Alou, a star 15 stealer. He will have to be held on. It'll make him a 13. He's got that 8 automatic caught, which is kind of a deterrent to attempting to steal there. And we'll let Bob Barton hit away. Barton drew a walk his first time up. Jaster ready to work now. Here's the pitch to Barton. That's going to be a 5-3 right-handed. It's a fly to left field X. That's going to be Shannon, a 2E5. Shannon, a fine outfielder, racing towards the line now. The roll is the E range on a 13. The roll is a 6 on an E5. And it's a fine running catch by Shannon to retire the side. So 3 outs to left field. In between there was a walk to Alou. No runs, no hits, a man left. And what do you know, 2 weeks off and we've got ourselves a pitcher's duel. Who would have thunk, right? In 1966, you've got to love it. Cardinals trailed by a run here in the bottom of the fourth. Mike Shannon will start things off. He struck out his first time against Shaw. Shaw into the windup now. Here's the pitch to Shannon. That's going to be a 5-10 right-handed. Fly ball into left and shallow. Alou racing in and makes the catch. 1 down, and it'll be Curt Flood. Flood 0 for 1 today. Shaw gets the sign from Barton. Here's the windup. The pitch to Flood is a 5-7 right-handed. That's a double to 8, and on 19 he'll settle for a long single, and Flood's aboard and 1 down. Flood's got wheels. Star 15 stealer. Again, Shaw and Barton doing nothing to slow him down. +5 between him makes him a 20. Held on, he'll be an 18. As Tito Francona steps to the plate, Flood's going to try for that lead, 2 through 6 or 12. He's got the lead. Here he goes, 1 to 18. The throw from Barton, and he's out. Barton does it again. Holy cow. So the Cardinals, whose speed is a big part of their game, are being stymied here by Bob Barton. He threw out Lou Brock in the first inning, and now he nails Flood here in the fourth. 2 down, and Charlie Smith at the plate. Here's the next pitch to Charlie. That's a 3-4 right-handed. Swung on and missed strike 3. No runs, a hit, nobody left on. And Shaw continues to impress. You got that right, Ben. Boy, Barton was ready for this contest. And some credit to Shaw for getting it up there in a hurry. That's right, Kenya. What song was that? God, I know that too. Cardinals trying to make something happen and come up empty. To the fifth we go. Pitcher's duel here between Jaster and Shaw. And Franklin enters the room. Greetings, Franklin. Hal Lanier will start it off for San Francisco. Hal bounced into a double play in the second. That's it. Where have all the flowers gone? Yes, sir. That was part of a English class I had in junior high. I played some songs, and we were supposed to interpret the lyrics. Very interesting class. It's kind of interesting that I still remember it after all these years. That was eons ago. Here's Lanier. Jaster, the windup on the pitch. That's going to be a 3-6 against the left-hander. He pops him up. Smith drifting under it now and makes the catch. One away. And here's Shaw, the pitcher, right-handed hitter. Jaster into the windup now. Here's the pitch on a 4-8. Swung on and missed strike 3. And Shaw goes down for the second time today. 2 down, and Tito Fuentes will be the hitter. Both pitchers very much on their game. Jaster left a fastball in the zone to Willie Mays and paid for it. Other than that, both pitchers have been outstanding. And here's the pitch to Tito Fuentes. That's going to be a 4-7 right-handed, and he loses him ball 4. So a 2-out walk to Fuentes. Fuentes not a threat to steal. He'd be a 13 not held. And he's not a star stealer, so the lead is not automatic. What the heck, he's going to try it. 5 or a 6 or a 13. He does not get the lead. And here's the next pitch to Brown. That's going to be a 3-10 against the lefty. Base hit into center field. Fuentes rounding. He's a 14. With 2 outs, 16. Flood will hit the cutoff man, and Fuentes will advance to third. And I've got a, 1 second, I've got a base runner marker down. I'll get that later as I have some extra ones. So runners at the corners. And here is Willie Mays. Mays' home run represents the only run of the game to this point. Jaster, first and third, 2 down, ready to pitch to Willie now. Glances at his runner at first, comes set. The pitch to Willie Mays is a 6-4 right-handed. That's a high fly ball deep to left field. Shannon on the track makes the catch. Oh my goodness. And the fans exhale in relief. Mays hit it well, but he got under it just a bit. And it's allowed out to left field. No runs, a hit, 2 left on. And it's still a 1-0 ball game. I did, thank you, Franklin. A lot of driving, over 2,000 miles of road work on that trip. And I'll tell you, my old bones are feeling it. Bottom of the 5th we go. Cardinals trail by a run. Here is Smith. That's right, Smith to lead it off. Shaw the windup. Here's the pitch. It's going to be a 4-10 right-handed fly ball to left field, playable for Alou. He's right there to make the grab. 1 away, and here's Tim McCarver. McCarver singled his first time up. Shaw into the windup. The pitch to McCarver is going to be a 2-8 right-hand. That's a base hit into right field. So McCarver, a line drive single into right. He's 2 for 2. And McCarver, one of the few catchers with an asterisk steal rating. Asterisk 15. Again, he's at 20. with the Shaw-Barton hold combination. He'll be held on, making him an 18, and the Cardinals are going to try it again. 4 through 6, he'd be out on a 12. Let's see what happens. On a 7, he does not get the lead. And here's the next pitch to Jimmy Williams. Right-handed hitter, 4-8, fly to center field. That's Willie Mays right there in his tracks to make the catch. And Williams is retired. And here's Buchek, again, the Cardinals' leading hitter, 0 for 1 today. And Shaw gets his sign from the stretch. The pitch to Buchek, a 3-6 right-hander. That's a homer to 4. High fly ball to deep left field. Backing up is Alou at the wall. He leaps. It's gone. Can you believe it? On a 3, Jerry Buchek has just given the Cardinals the lead with a 2-run home run. Oh my God, we got to take another look at this one. Buchek, a week against righties. That's all he's got, folks. 3-6, 1-4. He rolled the 3. And not surprisingly, his first home run of the season. And boy, it's a big one. It gives St. Louis a 2-1 lead. And now we need to look at Shaw's fatigue rating. He's a 7. And we're only in the 5th. And here's Jaster now, left-handed hitter, 6-in. 2 down. The pitch to Jaster. That's a 2-8 swung on and missed, strike 3, and that will do it. But the Cardinals, on a home run by Jerry Buchek, and Flood's popping with his helmet there in the dugout, giving him a hard time, all in good fun, of course. And they're probably saying, Jerry, we didn't know you had it in you. 2 runs, 2 hits. And Jerry Buchek stuns Shaw with a 2-run blast. Yes, sir, Ben, and all the fans are happy in St. Louis now. That's a very good question. Let's take a look. He had 4 that season. Okay, he has N power against lefties. 1 through 15 home run there. But weak against righties with that 3-6, 1 through 4 being his only shot at it. So Jaster now takes the mound, and he takes the mound with a lead for the first time today. Hart, Cepeda, and Alou for the Giants. Jaster, also a 7 rated endurance starter. Gets the sign from McCarver. The windup, the pitch to Hart is going to be a 6-6 right-handed. That's a double to 4 on a 17. Hart will settle for a long single. The tying run is aboard here in the 6th. So Jim Ray Hart with a base hit. And here's Orlando Cepeda. Orlando, of course, does he know that he's getting traded after the game? One has to wonder. I would imagine that trade was consummated later in the afternoon. Remember, this is a Sunday, May the 8th, the day game in St. Louis. 17,500 in attendance that day. So here's Orlando with a man on first and nobody out. Jaster from the stretch. Here's the pitch. It's a 2-9. Grounder to second base. Buchek to his left makes the stop. His only play is to first, and Hart will move into second on the ground ball C. And here's Alou now, 0 for 1 with a walk. Tying run in scoring position as Jaster delivers. On a 1-7, a grounder to shortstop. That's Williams. Over to Francona, 2 down. And here's Bob Barton now. Barton 0 for 1 with a walk. He's done a fine job behind the dish, though, throwing out 2 runners so far in this one. Jaster gets the sign. Pitch to Barton. That's going to be a 6-10 right-handed. Fly to left field. That's going to hold up for Shannon as he comes racing in to make the catch to retire the side. So no runs, a hit, one left. And we're going to the bottom of the sixth, 2-1 Cardinals. And here's Shaw now, and what will certainly be his last inning of work as he's due to bat second in the seventh. He'll be facing the top of the St. Louis order, Brock, Shannon, and Flood. Shaw set to work now as Brock stands in from the left side. Lose 1 for 2 today. Shaw into the windup. Here is the pitch. It's a 5-8 left-handed. Swung on and missed. Strike 3, and down goes Brock on strikes. Nasty breaking pitch there from Shaw. 1 away, and here's Mike Shannon. Shannon 0 for 2. Shaw gets his sign. Pitch to Shannon is a 1-8 right-handed, single to 18. Just does get in there on a 17. That's down for a 1-out base hit for Shannon. So Mike Shannon aboard with 1 down. He's a star 15 stealer. Again, that terrible battery hold combination of a 5 makes him a 20. Held on, he's an 18. Let's see. Barton has thrown out Brock. Barton has thrown out Flood. Now let's see if Shannon can get the lead. 2 through 5 or 12. 7, he does not get the lead. And Curt Flood will be the hitter. Shaw from the stretch. Here's the pitch now on a 1-8. A grounder to third base. Hart has it to Fuentes for the force, and that's all they'll get. Shannon is forced. Flood to first. Same situation. He's held at 18. He's trying for the lead. 2 through 6 or 12. 12. He's got it. Here he goes. 1 to 18. Barton's throw. He's in there. Hey, how about that? Stolen base, Curt Flood. So the Cardinals finally successful on a steal attempt, and here comes the next pitch to Francona. With 2 down, it's a 6-7 left-handed, a grounder to second base X. That's going to be Fuentes, a 3E37. Fuentes to his left. Here's the play on a... That's a leaning one, so we're going to roll that again. Those count. That's going to be a 16. He's got it and throws him out. So nice play, Fuentes, to retire the side. 4-3X will score that one. No runs, a hit, 1 left. And we're through 6 in St. Louis, where the Cardinals hold a 2-1 lead. Yes, indeed, Ben. Third time is the charm for the Cardinals and their base-stealing exploits. I like that. One of you guys has to go. We've tried you both in left field, and that's not looking too promising. Jasper will begin his first inning of potential fatigue here. Hal Lanier will lead it off for the Giants. Jasper into the windup. Here's the pitch to Lanier. It's a 5-7 right-handed. It's a grounder to second base X. That's going to be Buchek, a 3E23. Jerry to his left. Here's the play. It's a 16, and he makes the play and throws him out. Nice play, Buchek. 4-3X, 1 away. And now the Giants will send up a pinch hitter for Shaw. So Shaw worked 6 innings today, very effective. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits, 2 runs. He did not walk a man, and struck out 2, 3, 4, 5. Getting loose for the Giants will be Joe Gibbon, the left-hander. Gibbon worked this game in real life. And against the lefty Jasper, what have we got? A lot of left-handed hitters on the Giant bench. We're going to go to the right-hander, Jim Davenport. Davenport did play in this game in real life. Never too early for drama. So Jim Davenport steps up to the plate, hitting .341 on the season, 14 for 41. He has 1 homer and 6 RBIs. Jasper gets the sign. Here's the windup and the pitch to Davenport, a 6'10 right-handed. Fly to left field and shallow. Shannon charging in now and does catch up with it for out number 2. So Davenport's retired. And Tito Fuentes will be the hitter with 2 down. Switch hitter batting right-handed. Jasper the windup and the pitch. It's going to be a 3-4 against the lefty. Pops him up left side. Williams calling for it. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Larry Jasper. So Jasper's allowed nothing since the Willie Mays home run. And it's still 2-1 St. Louis. And here's Gibbon now. Give him a solid card. Let's see what he's done in our replay. Gibbon so far has been in 8 games. One of them was a start, which I do not remember, but there it is. He's 1-0 with a rather high 5.06 in 10 2/3 innings of work. Gibbon will be facing Smith, McCarver, and Williams, possibly. Against the lefty, he'll probably hit for Williams, since his nameless card is really only valid against righties. He had a very lopsided card that year, in 11 at-bats, mind you. So here's Smith, 0 for 2. Gibbon gets his sign from Barton now. Here's the lineup on the pitch to Smith. It's going to be a 3-4. Fly ball to right field. Smith takes it the other way. Brown to his right to make the play. 1 down. And here's McCarver. McCarver 2 for 2. Came around to score in the 5th on the Buchek homer. Left on left now as Gibbon delivers. It's a 3-12. Pops him up right side. Cepeda. And there's 2 away. And now we've done our due diligence here with the nameless card. So we're going to get a new shortstop for St. Louis. And he will go ahead and bat and stay in this position with the lead. We're not going to worry too much about the pinch hitter. Just get a different card in there. So we're going to bring Maxville on. Maxville in the replay, hitting .324, believe it or not. 12 for 37, 6 RBIs. Now I have to look. I know he wasn't a good hitter. 244, 312 on base. Actually not terrible for Maxville. Maxville, of course, one of those glove first, offense second players, which there were many of those in the 60s, right? I mean, we don't see guys like that anymore. Everybody has to hit today. But in those days, if you could play defense up the middle, you played. So here's Maxville with 2 down, right-handed hitter. Gibbon delivers on a 2-7, and that's a single to 5. The liner speared by Lanier to retire the side. So Maxville hit it well, but right at his opposite number there at short. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Joe Gibbon. We're through 7 in St. Louis. The Cards lead at 2-1. And I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. It's great to be back, and wow, I'll tell you what a great warm welcome from all you guys. I cannot tell you how much that means to me. I thought about you guys on vacation. I was even looking for a place to try to squeeze one in, you know, on the trip, that is. I thought maybe I might at one of the hotel stays along the way, but with all that driving, by the time I got to the room, all I wanted to do was have a glass of wine, figure out what I was going to eat, and lie down. And there's So Bowley. Welcome, So. Strong winds on the pond today. Interesting. The pond, of course, being the Atlantic Ocean, I'm assuming. We have a hurricane situation. I'll have to check with some of my family down in Florida. Well, actually, we could check with Franklin because he's there now. I just remembered that. Giants batting in the 8th will send up Ollie Brown, Willie Mays, and Jim Ray Hart. If anybody gets on, Cepeda in his last game as a Giant. Brown's 2 for 3 today. Jasper gets his side. Pitch to Ollie is a 4-8, swung on and missed, strike 3. And down goes Brown. Joe Horner begins throwing in the St. Louis pen. He's the closer there. And here's Willie Mays. Mays' home run in the first, representing the Giants' only run of this ball game, and he could tie it with one right here. As Jasper stares in now, the windup, the pitch to Willie Mays on a 1-5. He draws the walk, and the tying run is aboard. Mays, not the threat to steal that he used to be, but he is a 17. Tempting to try for it here. With one out. He's going to try for it. He needs a... I normally never do this. He needs a 3. And the 1 is the pickoff, right? He does not get the lead. Here's the pitch to Hart. That's going to be a 5-7 right-handed. Grounder to second base X. This could be 2. That's Buchek, a 3-E-23. And here's the play. It's going to be a 2. He's not going to get that one. That is a 2. He's a... What the heck? He's a 3. That's a single 2 stars. I beg your pardon. I had to look at it twice. And the Giants are in business now. Base hit by Hart. Mays turns and goes all the way to third. And here comes Red Schoendienst. He's not going to wait around for Jasper to tire. He's going to Horner now. Jasper, a fine job. Big hand from the crowd as Schoendienst takes the ball and Jasper walks off the mound. And here comes Horner, just an amazing card. Let's see what he's done in the replay. 3 games, 2 saves, 5 1/3 scoreless innings. He's only surrendered 2 hits. So Horner being asked to close it. And he inherits a bit of a mess here. Jasper ends up with 7 1/3 today. That's right, Mike. 4, Ray Sadecki. Jasper surrendered 6 hits. Just the 1 run so far, the Mays home run. 2 runners on are his responsibility, however. He walked 4. Struck out 3. 4, 5. Bear with me. I'm going to have to answer the door. Sorry to keep this doing to you, but it's not doing it anymore.
Where did it sound like it's coming from your kitchen though, or from the more like the bathroom? Did you hear it in your bathroom and the kitchen, or just the kitchen?
Just the kitchen.
It could be someone using their range fan. Whenever they flip it on, you're just hearing it. Same with like a bathroom fan or a laundry fan.
It's not as constant as it was, so I'm thinking that was part of the problem. Maybe not. It sounds exactly the same, but it was constant before. And now
But
it's
it's
not.
kind of like a lawnmower, like really light.
More from your ceiling than the wall.
Ceiling. Yeah, I put my ear to the wall. Couldn't get
I'm
anything.
gonna guess it's 424.
Well, you just it sound like a lawnmower running really light, so that'd be a fan going, like the bathroom.
Do you think it is above me?
Yes.
Okay, so a bathroom fan is in the ceiling, and it could be your neighbor's bathroom fan, like literally
Oh, next door.
next door. Or, I mean, it could be the second floor, but most likely, if you're feeling it's coming from your ceiling, it's probably 414's bathroom fan. That would be my educated guess, because her kitchen's on the far side, but she's got a bathroom right next to your kitchen wall right there.
I did also
I
just
just-
recently replace her fan and told her to use it more frequently, so that could also get it, so it's a brand new fan.
Oh, that's true, you did tell her that.
That is interesting.
'Cause she had never, she said she was never using it
This
before.
just started up about 3 weeks ago.
That's about when I got that.
I know.
Upstairs flooded her out, and then she had never had a fan.
That's,
that,
I
like,
promise
that's-
you, that's what it
that's what
is.
it
Because
is.
her fan never worked before until he replaced it.
Okay,
Yeah.
there you have it.
So,
And it's not as constant, so maybe she's turning it off
just
more.
maybe
now.
if
I
it's
don't-
happening in the middle of the night when you're sleeping or something,
I wouldn't
maybe
hear it.
just go no.
I wouldn't hear it in the bedroom anyway.
Oh, you wouldn't? Oh, okay, so it's only during the
I
band
could
when we're
walk
out
into the
here.
bedroom when it disappears. This is coming through the kitchen. Yeah, the sound in this place is well.
Okay, so I promise you, it's her
It
ceiling
sounds like
fan.
it is, because that
Because
timeline
it didn't
fits.
work at all, and then he replaced it with a new fan.
There you go.
Yeah, I
We
remember
figured-
doing it too.
Okay, I
remember
felt good about
thinking
this,
that,
but I
like,
feel
oh,
really good
fuck,
about
man.
that.
You should. Yeah, you guys are.
Okay, well, good. Maybe three of us will
Okay,
finally got it working.
okay, Sherlock and Watson. There, thank you. All right, sorry about that. So where are we? Horner's coming on. Runners at the corners, one out. And Orlando Cepeda in what could very well be his last at bat as a Giant. Oh my goodness. Is this enough drama, Franklin? Infield will be, how are we going to play this one now? Tying run at third, go ahead run at first. We'll play at double play depth. Horner trying to get a ground ball here. Checks his runner. The pitch to Orlando, a 6-7 right-handed fly to center field. That's going to be deep enough to tie the game. Flood backs up and makes the catch. Mays will tag and score easily. And we've got a tie ball game. Orlando Cepeda with a sac fly. He picks up an RBI. And here's Alou, 0 for 2 with a walk. Horner stares in now. Here's the pitch to Alou. It's going to be a 3-5 lefty. Fly to left field. Can of corn for Shannon, and that will do it. The Giants tie the game. A walk, a single, and a sac fly. They leave a man on. And we've got a 2-2 tie after 7.5 here in St. Louis. Oh, my goodness. Welcome back to Strat-O-Matic. Holy cow. I almost forgot just how much fun this is. Now what to do about Gibbon. It'll be Buchek, the pitcher's spot. I should have double switched for Horner. And then Brock is a left-handed hitter. Yeah, Gibbon's going to go one more, or try to anyway. And Buchek will lead it off. Buchek, whose 2-run homer gave the Cardinals the lead back in the fifth inning. 1 for 2 today. Gibbon gets the sign. Pitch to Buchek is a 5-9 right-hander. That's a fly ball to right. He takes it the other way, and Brown is right there to make the catch. 1 down. Now what do we do here? Horner, a 6 right-handed hitter with end power. What else do the Cardinals have in the pen, and who's up for the Giants? Hit for Barton, most likely. I'm going with my gut here. I'm going to stay with Horner. Horner, right-handed hitter with 6 end power. It's going to be a 1-8. Grounder to second. Fuentes has it to Cepeda. 2 down, and Lou Brock will be the batter. Left on left now. 1 for 3 in the game. Gibbon, the windup. It's a 4-4. Grounder to shortstop X. That's going to be Lanier, a 3E42. Lanier into the hole. Here's the play. On an 8, it's the E rating. It's a roll of a 9 on a 42, and Lanier boots it. Error Lanier. And Brock is aboard again. Error San Francisco. Lanier, a 2E8 at second base, but a 3E42 at shortstop. And now let's check the hold situation here. We've got Gibbon with a -2, Barton a +2. That's a wash. Brock will be held on. He's a 17. He's going to try for it. 2 through 7. He's got it. Here he goes, 1 to 17. Barton's throw. He's in there. I was getting used to Barton throwing everybody out. Well, he's 2 for 2. Brock stole 1 and was caught once. Flood stole 1 and was caught once. And the go-ahead run is in scoring position for Mike Shannon. And here's the next pitch from Gibbon. That's going to be a 4-11 right. He pops him up left side. Hart is under it and makes the catch to retire the side. So the stolen base to no avail. No runs, no hits, a man left. There was an error. And we are tied at 2 at the end of 8 innings. Oh my goodness. Shane Dean elected to stick with Horner, even letting him bat. We'll see how it plays out. Holy cow. It'll be Barton, Lanier, and the pitcher's spot for the Giants in the 9th. Horner gets the sign from McCarver. The pitch to Bob Barton. 6'5", right-handed, swung on and missed strike 3. Horner blew it right by him for the first out, and Hal Lanier will be the hitter now. 1 away. Here's Lanier. Lanier 0 for 3 today. Horner's set now. Here's the 1-0. The pitch to Lanier is a 5'11", right-handed. That's going to be a grounder to third base. Smith is on it and throws him out. Now the Giants will send up a batter for Gibbon. And welcome Sean Kaufman, and thank you kindly, sir. Are you new to the channel? I don't remember the name. Forgive me if I've seen it before. I'm going to blame that on senior appropriate memory, should that turn out to be the case. So Gibbon's day is done. He went 2. No hits. No walks, no strikeouts. 2 down, they're going to have to A or N it, aren't they? All or nothing, as I call it, A or N. They're going to bring up McCovey. Left on left, maybe a little unorthodox, but It's the best hitter the Giants have on the bench, so why not? McCovey still some pop against left-handers as well. 2 down, nobody on. Horner staring in to get the sign now. McCovey on the season is hitting .301, 6 homers, 13 RBIs. Horner into the windup. Pitch to McCovey on a 1-6. It's a high fly ball to deep right field. Back goes Brock. It's gone. McCovey comes through left on left with a pinch hit home run. Let's take another look at that one. 1-6, no doubt about it for Willie McCovey. His 7th home run of the season, and the Giants lead it 3-2. And that'll bring up Fuentes. Fuentes 0 for 3 with a walk today. Batting right-handed against Horner. Horner's pitch is a 2-9 left-handed, a ground ball to second. Easy play for Buchek. Throws him out, and that will retire the side, but not before Willie McCovey comes off the bench and blasts a deep home run to right field to give the Giants a 3-2 lead. Now we're going to do some shuffling around here. Frank Lindsay is going to come in and try to get the save. He led the team in saves in real life with 16. And is not allowed to run this season in 4 1/3. Well, not an earned run anyway. I should correct myself. 4 1/3 innings, 2 runs, no earned runs. He's 0-1 with 4 saves and a 0 ERA. Oh, there you go, Ben. Well, that happens. I just had to talk to the maintenance guys about this humming in the ceiling. Let's check the Giants defensively. Not a whole lot we can do, really. We could have moved Lanier to second and put Davenport at short, except Davenport has already played and he already pinch hit in this game. So that will be good for the Giants defense. Will have to be good as it is. And in comes Frank Lindsay. And greetings, Mike Terranova. Very good, sir. I just returned from a 2-week vacation. And we're ready to pick up where we left off here in 1966 baseball. Heart of the order for the Cardinals. Flood, Francona, and Charlie Smith due up. And here's Flood. He's 1 for 3 today. Frank Lindsay gets the sign from Bob Barton now. Here's the pitch to Flood. That's going to be a 6-8 right-handed single to 12. That's down for a base hit on a 6. And the tying run is aboard with nobody out. Flood, good wheels out there. He's a star 15 stealer. Lindsay a -2 hold, canceled out by Barton's +2 arm. They'll hold him on, making him a 13. And Tito Francona will be the hitter. Flood taking his lead. Lindsay a throw over there. Flood back in time. Francona's 0 for 3 today. Lindsay glance at the runner. Now from the stretch. That's going to be a 5-8. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Now goes Francona. There's 1 away. 3-2 Giants here in the bottom of the 9th. Flood at first being held. Charlie Smith will be the hitter now. Smith 0 for 3 in the game. Lindsay gets his sign. And here's the pitch to Smith on the 3-7 right-handed as a fly ball to center field. That's a can of corn for Willie Mays. And the Cardinals are down to their final out. And it will be Tim McCarver. Here comes McCarver, 2 for 3 today. Lindsay studying the signs, now nodding. checks the runner, and from the stretch, comes to McCarver 4-7, single on a 3. That's going to be handled by Cepeda, who takes it to the bag, and that is the ball game. Oh my goodness, no runs, a hit, 1 left on. 3-2 is your final. And Lindsay picks up his 5th save. And I believe that leads the National League. No, wait, that ties him with, let's just take a look at it. What the heck? I think that ties him with Roy Face. League leaders pitching. Let's just double check this here. And I'll get you the totals here in just a moment. No, Face has 6 saves. Okay, so Face still leads with 6. With save number 5, Lindsay moves into a tie with Claude Raymond of Houston. And thank you very much, Kenyon Ben, Franklin, Perry, everybody. Horner takes the loss. That's his first decision of the season. He's 0-1. One 2/3. 1 hit, 1 run. No walks and a K. Lindsay nailed down the save, allowing 1 hit with a K, no walks. That would make Gibbon the winner. Let's check Gibbon's record here. Gibbon goes to 2-0. With that win, the Giants break over the 500 mark. They're 13-12 now. St. Louis returns to the 500 mark at 11-11. Exactly, Perry. What a roll of the dice that was. Huh? I'm sitting there looking for a right-hander on the Giant bench. Nothing really jumping out at me and thinking, hell. Let's give McCovey a shot. And McCovey comes through. In fact, your chief Spokane Gary player of the game is Willie McCovey. That was a dandy game. What a way to get back into it, right? The totals, the Giants had 3 runs on just 7 hits, 1 error. The Cardinals 2 runs, just 7 hits and no errors. And that's your final here from St. Louis as the Giants nip the Cardinals 3-2 on a Willie McCovey pinch hit home run. Tomorrow at 1:30 p.m., we're going to move on to May 9th. First game on that day will be the Cincinnati Reds at the Atlanta Braves, Joey J. and Tony Cloninger. Earlier in the day, I will do a stats update. Since this was the last game of week, oh God, what week are we in? Week 4, I want to say? That sounds right. So I will do the statistics update. We'll go through the standings and the stats tomorrow early. And then at 1:30, we'll have the Reds and the Braves as we kick off May 9th on the schedule. So thanks again, everybody, for hanging out with me. I'm going to get out of here and continue running the coming back home errands and settling back in. So thanks once again to everyone for hanging out. Appreciate it. Hopefully see you tomorrow. Take care, everybody. So